Hi, second graders. It is so good to be with you today. Today we are doing math day 16. It is Wednesday, April 22nd. Make sure you're in the right spot in your packet. Today we're going to be working with time. Let's get started with some fluency. Here are some fast facts. We're going to try and do these really quickly. Figure out the best way that works for you. I'm going to say the problem, and then out loud, I want you to say the answer, okay? 9 plus 6. 6 plus 9. 7 plus 6. 6 plus 7. 8 plus 6. 6 plus 8. 8 plus 7. 7 plus 8. 6 plus 6. 7 plus 7. 8 plus 8. 9 plus 9. 4 plus 9. All right, second graders, let's see if we can solve these together now. You should already have answers for these, but I'll start writing down the answers. I wonder if you noticed a pattern at the beginning. For example, 9 plus 6 is 15, and 6 plus 9 is just the reverse of that, so it's also 15. Did you see that? Similarly, 7 plus 6 is 13, and so 6 plus 7 is also 13. Sorry for that slappy 3. 8 plus 6 is 14, and so 6 plus 8 is 14. Nice. 8 plus 7 is 15. Good. And 7 plus 8, 15. Nice. Here's where it gets a little bit more tricky. 6 plus 6, 12. There's a doubles fact. 7 plus 7, 14. Nice. 8 plus 8, 16. You got it. Good job. 9 plus 9, 18. Remember, those doubles facts are all going to be even. Remember, we learned that in Unit 6. And then 4 plus 9, 13. Not a doubles fact, so it's odd. Awesome work. Good job, friends. Let's try a word problem together. I'll read the problem, and then we'll solve it. At Memorial School, students have a quarter-hour break for morning recess and 33 minutes for a lunch break. How much free time do they have in all? Well, friends, we have quite a bit to solve here. First of all, we need to remember what that word quarter-hour means. Do you remember with Miss Weiss how we could divide the clock up into half and then divide it into another half and get a quarter? Remember that this whole part is 1/4. Do you recall? And how long is that? Well, we count by fives. 5, 10, 15. So a quarter hour is actually 15 minutes. I'm going to say 15M. And then it says that they have 33 minutes for a lunch break. And how much time do they have in all? If we're trying to solve in all, what operation will we use? Will we use addition or subtraction? We will use addition. So now we're going to add 15 plus 33. Second graders, per usual, you can do this many different ways. You can do it the vertical way. You can do it in your head because 15 is a friendly number. You could also do it on the clock and try to add 33. Let's do it first on the clock to see if you can follow along, and then we'll check our work by adding vertically. We already have 15 minutes. Now we need to add 33. So we're going to start by adding 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So now I have added my 10s. And now I need to add 3 ones. So I'm going to do 3 ticks. 1. My pen isn't working. 2, 3. So up until there. So now let's count how many minutes we have. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and then we're counting by ones, 46, 47, 48. So my answer by counting on the clock is 48 minutes. Let's see if my answer by adding vertically is the same. 5 plus 3 is 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. Did we get the same answer? Yes, we did. The Memorial School students have 48 minutes of a lunch and recess break. There are multiple ways to solve this. I just showed you 2. If counting on a clock is still challenging, remember you can use a quick strategy of adding vertically to do it. Don't forget that it's important to know what a quarter hour is. And so if you forgot that, go back and watch yesterday's video with Miss Weiss to remind yourself. Now we have the same beginning of the question. Students have a quarter hour, or 15 minutes, for morning recess, and 33 minutes for a lunch break. Now the question is, how much more time do they have for lunch than recess? We know they have 33 minutes for lunch, and we know that they have 15 for recess, and we know that 33 is more than 15. So what do we need to do to find out the difference? We need to subtract. Again, we can start by doing this on the clock. So let's count out 33. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and now we go into our ones, 31, 32, 33. So there's my 33. But now I need to take 15 away. So I'll start with red. We're going to take those 15 away. 5, 10, 15. So we're going to ignore that quarter hour. We're going to move it aside, get rid of it. We don't want it. Let's see how much we have left. We have 5, 10, 15. Now we count by ones, 16, 17, 18. So on the clock, I have that they have 18 minutes more for lunch. Let's check it by doing vertical subtraction. Again, friends, this is a review because we do have to unbundle here. We can't take 5 ones away from 3 ones, so we have to borrow from the tens. If we take 1 10 away, we will have only 2 10s. And if we move 10 ones over, we'll actually have 13 ones. 10 ones plus 3 ones is 13 ones. 13 take away 5. This is a challenge. 8. 2 take away 1. 1. Oh, did I get the same answer? I did. So the answer is 18 minutes more. If you had trouble solving this, this required us to think both about time and subtraction and addition. So it's okay if you made some mistakes. Call me, call Miss Weiss. Let us know that you're having trouble with it, and we'll put in some more problem-solving steps tomorrow or the next day to help you with it. Now, second graders, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to show you this YouTube video. I hope that you enjoy it. This will help you grow your understanding of telling time. And whenever you're stuck, you can come back to this and watch it again. I'll also send the link out to your parents in the Remind app. This is a really helpful tool, parents. Kids learn really well from singing songs. So I hope that you enjoy it. Listen to it once, then come back. We're going to continue doing some problems together. Enjoy.
Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. The last number it went by is the number 5. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. Each line equals 1 minute, so the time is 5:06. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. 9's the last number it went by, so the hour hand points to 9. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. It's pointing right at the 5, so the time is 9:25. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. The hour hand lasts past the 8, so the hour of time is 8. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. It points to 4 precisely, so the time is 8:20. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. The hour hand is shorter always. It goes around the clock twice each day. First time round is AM. The second time it's called PM. AM starts at midnight's moon and continues until noon. So we call noon 12 PM, and it goes till 12 AM. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. We count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 minutes on each clock we see. We count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 minutes on each clock we see. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Visit numberrock.com for exclusive content.
I hope you had a lot of fun with that. Now we need to think about AM and PM. Remember that AM happens in the morning, as we just learned in the song, and PM happens in the evening. So today we're going to practice by drawing some number hands together, and then we're going to try and figure out if it's AM or PM. Let's go ahead and get started. Draw the hands on the analog clock to match the time on the digital clock. Then circle AM or PM based on the description given. So brushing your teeth after you wake up, that's a clue. The time is 7:10. So our hour hand, our shorthand, would go to 7. And where would our long hand go? Remember, we count by 5s. 5, 10. So it would go right to the 2. And make sure that you make your minute hand a little bit longer than your hour hand. Now, if it's after you wake up, would that be in the morning, a.m., or in the evening, p.m.? That would be in the morning, so we would circle a.m. Okay, let's try finishing homework. 5:55. All right, we know that the hour hand needs to point to 5. And now where would the minute hand go? 55. This is tricky. Let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. It would go all the way to the 11. Make sure it's a little bit longer. Now, friends, this tells me that it's actually almost 6 o'clock. So what I might actually do is erase my 5 because it will have moved closer to the 6 at this point. It's not quite 6 o'clock, but it almost is because my minute hand went all the way to the 11. If you are finishing homework, do you think you'd be doing that in the morning or in the evening? You'd probably be doing that in the evening during the regular school year. So we will circle p.m. Good job. Here's a question. William gets up at 7 a.m. He leaves the house at 7:30 a.m. How long does it take William between waking up and leaving the house? Ooh, second graders, this is a challenge. If he leaves the house at 7:30, but he gets up at 7, I drew these 2 clocks. Here's 7 a.m. and here's 7:30. Let me see how long it takes to get from 7 to 7:30. Well, what hand moved? The minute hand moved. So I'm going to count on the minutes. It moved from the 12 all the way to the 6. So I'm going to draw that added minute hand. And I'm going to see if I can do this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So how long does it take from 7 to 7:30? Well, it takes 30 minutes. Now you might have also noticed that we see 7:30 here and 7 there. And the difference between them is the 30. So maybe you were able to figure this out in your head first. If that's true, great job. If not, no big deal. Do it the way that I just showed you to help you understand. Let's try another. Darius goes bowling on Saturday at 2 p.m. He gets home at 9 p.m. So we know this all happens in the afternoon. How long did Darius stay out? Here I drew my 2 p.m. and I drew my 9 p.m. Now what changed here? Did the minute hand change? No, just the hour hand. So I'm going to count by hours. Again, on the 2 p.m., I'm just going to make my new hour hand go to the 9 so that I remember to stop there. Let's count. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. Again, you might have noticed that 9 minus 2 is 7. If you did, awesome job. If you didn't and you needed to count on the clock, that's another great strategy. Whatever strategy you're using is the right strategy for you. Let's try one more together. Students arrive at the museum at 10 a.m. They leave at 2 p.m. How long are students at the museum? This is where it gets tricky because we know they got there in the morning, but they left afternoon. So actually, it might cross over that noon barrier. Let's count. We know it's going to go from 10 until 2. So we're going to count. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours. The students were at the museum for 4 hours. In this case, doing it on the clock is going to be the easiest way to do it, because doing it any other way becomes challenging because it crosses that noon barrier. Let's look at your Unlock the Problem for problem 2 for day 16. To ride the Mega Mountain roller coaster, riders must be 44 inches tall. Pause. We know something. We know that riders need to be 44 inches. So really quickly, I'm going to write it 44 inches. Caroline is 57 inches. So I know Caroline's 57, so I'm pausing, I'm writing it down. She's 18 inches taller than Addison. How tall is Addison? Oh, so what are we trying to find? We're trying to find how tall is Allison. So we're going to say Allison here. And remember, it's important. Ooh, my A doesn't look like an A there. Remember, it's important that we find this information. We're trying to find Allison's height. What is the unit? The unit is inches, because that's how much the measurement is. Good. How will we use the information to solve the problem? Well, first of all, we need to subtract, because we know that Allison is we know that Caroline is taller than Addison. So we need to subtract to find out. She's 18 inches taller. All right, let's take a look. We'll solve it by doing 57 minus 18. So solve this problem, and then your answer will be that answer in a complete sentence is, so you would say that the answer is Addison's height, right? So you might say Addison, I wrote Allison up at the top, I'm sorry, friends. So you might say Addison is blank, and then make sure that you include inches. We need to include our unit always. Second graders, if you have any trouble solving this or putting your answers into words, call your teacher so that we can help you. Good work today, my friends. I'm really proud of you. I can't wait to see the answers to your problems. Make sure that you send them to your teachers as soon as you can.